Also want to point out the fact sheet.
Yeah, hopefully we'll do that in between this stop and the next one. Hopefully you all received the fact sheet. There is a pilot test that's going on in the San Francisco Bay. That fact sheet talks about it. It'll happen, I think, beginning Monday of next week. And we're going to be placing carbon, activated carbon. This is similar to what you would find in a home or just a water purification system. And we're placing that onto the sediment out in the bay. And it's going to be treating different contaminants.
Sir, does it absorb the contaminants? How does it act? Activated charcoal.
Yeah. In fact, the carbon's been treated in such a way that it's especially active to the type of contaminants that we have there, and it will be treating, absorbing, is one way to put it, the contamination. All right, on your map, this is stop number 4, which is Parcel C SVE systems. We stopped here for 2 different reasons, and actually this is kind of a typical soil vapor extraction system. The system uses blowers. It has a generator there to produce electricity to create a vacuum in the subsurface, sucking soil vapor, which has contamination in it, and then treating it before discharge through those 2 cylindrical objects are carbon filters. So we're also using carbon here to treat contamination. We also stopped here for 2 different buildings. The first building I want to talk about is this large building with the glass windows that run all the way up. We call it the Glass Palace. And this particular building was used to work on periscopes, submarine periscopes. Remember earlier I talked a little bit about the different rail lines that used to crisscross this area. Some of them have been removed, but they would take the periscope off the submarines, stick it on the rail line, and drive it into this building. And the building's so tall because those periscopes, as you can imagine, have to be very, very tall as well. In addition to that building, I'm going to point out this large green building to your right that's running kind of away from us. And we'll start driving to the next half of this, the next stop for stop number 4. This building has been used a lot in the movies and was used as a sound studio. Its other uses were James and the Giant Peach was filmed within this building, and maybe you're familiar with that. As well as several, or at least one episode of Mythbusters, which is kind of a popular show.
Yes.
It was a giant piece because it was radioactive.
Another copy of James and the Giant Peach. If anybody wants to see what it looks like.
All right, this is the second half of our number 4 stop, and we're stopping here for 2 things. One is the soil vapor extraction system on your left. It's a little bit more close-up view of the piping that runs along the ground. It goes out to the different wells. So this is similar to the last system. We're just seeing the piping a little more closely. Off to your right side, it's kind of hard to see what's happening, and this is really what you see after many of our cleanups. Can you tell that there's different colored soil on one half of the area versus the other half? That's because the area on the left has been excavated and backfilled with clean soil. So that's not very exciting, but that's what it looks like after we're done.
Everybody likes dirt.
Everybody likes dirt.
Yeah.
Any questions?
We all used to play in it.
What was at this location that needed to be cleaned up?
Catherine, do you know off the top of your head what type of contaminants were in this location?
Yeah, it was VOCs.
Are you saying volatile organic compounds?
Yes.
Correct.
Thank you.
So it makes sense. It's the same thing that they're treating at the soil vapor extraction system. It's TCE, which is a type of solvent they use a lot of times in manufacturing, as well as they used to use it a lot in dry cleaning.
Yeah, dry cleaning.
What I was getting at was, do you know what the function of
TCEs.
this particular location was?
They did a lot of construction and cleaning of ships and ship parts. So I don't know exactly right here, but I know all of these buildings were used for that use, and that's very, very consistent with a TC type of release. Yeah, she's asking about the pile of soil over there. To my knowledge, that pile of soil has been sampled and is clean, but it's just awaiting. It still needs to be shipped off, so it's just awaiting to be removed.
What does TC stand for?
I'm sorry. So TCE is trichloroethylene. It's one of the most common degreasers that was used throughout history for cleaning things such as motors and engines and so forth.
And it was also used for dry cleaning clothing? Is that right?
Yes, it's been used for dry cleaning clothing.